Hello everybody. This is my second video in my series on homeschooling, unschooling, Q&A, question answer series that I'm doing. And today I'm going to be telling you a little bit that I know about registering your child with the Department of Education. Just for those of you who don't know, I'm a homeschool mom. I've got 3 kids. My oldest is turning 18 in first year university this year, and I've been homeschooling forever. Still learning and just sharing what I know with you guys, so you can share with people who might have questions from somebody else's perspective. Okay, so do your children have to register with the Department of Education when you homeschool? By law, yes, they do have to register with the department, but probably over 90% of people who homeschool in South Africa do not register their children with the Department of Education, because they find, and they have every right, that it is not in the best interest of their child to register them with the department. And as a parent, you have the right to choose what is in the best interest of your child, and that overrides any other law. Well, not everyone, but and that overrides that is your right as a parent to choose what is in the best interest of your child. So if you decide that's not in their best interest to register them with the Department of Education, then you have every right to do so. And there are people who do register their children and they're happy and they find that that system works, but the majority of homeschoolers like the freedom of being able to choose what curriculums they use, how they school their children, whether or not they want to test them, and when and how. And if you do register with the Department of Education, there are sets of rules that they have on what curriculums you're allowed to use, on that you have to liaise with the school, and you have to be assessed by people from the school, that they can drop in and visit you whenever they want to, and you have to have a register, and adhere to their guidelines. And a lot of people who are unschooling or homeschooling have their own way of teaching, and they don't necessarily run it like a school system at home. So they prefer not to register with the Department of Education. I don't register with the Department of Education. There is in South Africa a place called the Pestalozzi Trust that a lot of homeschoolers register with, and they are a set of lawyers who protect the rights of homeschoolers. So there are people who homeschool who register with them, and they are up to date with the law and what is happening with homeschooling, and they protect the rights of homeschoolers. And a lot of the cases that they have usually been with people who are registered with the Department of Education who've had issues. Okay, so having said that, we don't register with the Department of Education. We don't want to be controlled. We don't want to be told what we can and can't teach our children. We don't want to be told when or how or what we need to be doing, because remember, we want to step out of the system. We don't want to step out of the system and bring the whole system into our homes, because it takes away freedom. So I hope that answers your question. Hi Shanae, hi Lilia. I hope that answers your question with regards to whether or not you need to register your child with the Department of Education when you are homeschooling. A lot of people that speak to me are confused. Hi Chantal. They're confused and they are worried and they think that they have to. And I think that what has happened is that because we are in the system, we forget that they are our children, and that we make the choices for them, and that we have every right to do so. And over time, those rights or that feeling has been taken away from us, because we have been putting our children into the system, and we feel like we don't have the right to make choices for them, or we don't have the right as parents to make final decisions for what happens with them. And people need to get that power back, because as a parent, you have the right to decide what is best for your child. Nobody else. Nobody loves them as much as you. Nobody else has the right to choose what is best for them. So it's quite a difficult thing for people to grasp at first because they're used to having no power and they're used to not being able to make these decisions or feeling like they can't. So the first thing I say to people is that you can decide what is in the best interest of your child, and no government system or education department or anyone else has the right to make that decision, override it over yours. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. There are people who register and are happy with registering, but most people don't, because it's not in the best interest of their children, they feel. Okay, cool. Next week, I'll try and make another video next week. There are lots of questions that people want answered. From my perspective, I will answer as best I can. Okay.